Welcome back, everybody. Well, today we're actually putting parts back in the Chevelle. In case you're just getting here, we're rewiring and putting AC in this 1964 Chevelle. It didn't start out as a wiring project. It just started out as a AC project, but the wiring in this car was such a nightmare, I decided to do the whole thing. And it's turned into this. And yeah, it's pretty gnarly. So we're partially into wiring and we're partially into air conditioning. Today we're going to be blocking off the firewall where the heater used to be, and so that gets us into the AC kit, and then we're going to probably jump back over to wiring, but let's see if we can get the heater box area firewall sealed back up. Okay, we're back in the garage. Today's plan is to completely clean out the inside of the car. I've got a mess on the floor from grinding out and cutting out the defroster ducting. Get all this cleaned out. And then I think we're going to start going through the air conditioning bits. We're going to close off the heater in the firewall, that opening, get that all sealed up, and see about starting to test fit the air conditioning over there. And then we're going to see about getting the bulkhead for the lines that go through. They go through the old heater vent over there, and start getting this all closed up and start getting the air conditioning in. And then we're going to look at the wiring that goes under the dash so we can start getting all that buttoned up. So because I have a custom firewall and there's not much I can do about this, it's already painted. It used to have the heater fan box right here. I'm basically just going to reuse this cover instead of trying to make something. I actually went and bought a piece of aluminum, which is a block off plate. But once I put it into place, it just didn't look right. It overlapped part of the panel that's already there, and it just looked like hell. So my plan is just to put the heater blower box back on, and that'll be it. This panel goes on the inside. That came with the Vintage Air kit. So the plan right now is to try and get these two sandwiched around the firewall and get that completely sealed up. Let's see if we can get that done. Okay, we've got the block off plate back in, the old heater box cover, and then the plate inside, siliconed up, all blocked up. So that's a definite step in the right direction. Parts are actually going back in the car. So I'm going to be doing things a little bit different since I'm using this plate. This is the pass-through bulkhead plate that has rubber grommets, and instead of putting it on the fresh air vent, I'm actually just going to put it right here and seal it on there. It's supposed to go against the firewall on that hole, but I'm going to do this a little bit different. Just going to put it right there. It fits. So I have to get the hoses next, and then we'll be working on that. What does it look like inside there? Let's not drop the phone. There's the vent that brings fresh air inside the car. Now, I have another idea. The kit says that you're supposed to eliminate the fresh air vent. Hang on one second, let's get the door propped open here. You're supposed to eliminate the fresh air vent door, and then the hoses come through this door. But I really don't want to do that, so I think I'm going to cut holes above here and run the hoses through there. I think this kit is set up to make this absolutely as easy as possible with no cutting at all, but yeah, I think I'm going to cut right there and run the hoses through. At least that's my plan. These doors bring so much fresh air in. They really work well, and I want to keep them. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. see what that looks like. But that'll be a little bit down the line. I got some more stuff to do, but it's a step in the right direction. Parts are going in the car. Okay, taking a look in here, and I've got space above the kick panel here. And I think what I'm going to do is the kick came with 4 of these that are supposed to go inside this panel right here. So they have a block off plate that goes inside here. But I'm thinking about just cutting, 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just putting that grommet right in that spot. Just like that, right above the panel. You won't even see it. That's what I'm thinking. And then I bypass all of that. Now, if this doesn't work, then I got 4 holes I gotta make a patch panel for, but I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to go look at it from the other side, but I think I want to do that. Okay, I said parts were going in the car, but it turns out parts are coming out. I'm going to take this door out, cable, that way I can access behind it and figure out the routing of the hoses and everything that needs to happen there. So let's do that. Yeah. Easy peasy. Maybe. There we go. Cool. Okay, that provides a ton of space inside there. Let's take a look in there. Okay, so I jammed a garden hose through here because I wanted to see how much space we got, and I wanted to measure the length of the hose. So that goes into the engine compartment, and the plan was to cut a holes above right here, and it looks like I'm gonna have plenty of space. Oh yeah, this whole panel is completely available to me. So if I wanted to cut in all the way over here to all the way over there, I have complete space all the way up to here. So all of this is available. Okay. All right. Let's see how much I need to buy some heater hose and work out my high pressure lines for the AC. So that cowl in the top of the front of the car is wide open down into there. Yep, that is completely wide open from down here all the way down into this fender. It is completely wide open. That's interesting. So some of your fresh air is coming from there. Maybe that's where all your fresh air is coming from. I thought it was coming from the fender. I thought it was coming from up inside the top of the fender. I guess not. Or maybe it does. Is it open up here? I don't know if it's open above that thing. I didn't check before. I thought the air ram aired from around the headlights over the top of the fender and into, but it looks like maybe it's coming from the cowl. I can't see. I'm not sure if it's open above it. I think it is. It's open above. It is. It comes in the top of the fender and into that opening. What a strange thing. What a strange path of air. Does it? No, it does not come over. So the top of the fender is totally closed. Okay, so it does not. All the fresh air comes from the cowl. Interesting. All right. Well, that answers a lot. So I got this tool here. It's a hole cutting tool, and it's like a pair of scissors. So I have to drill a hole the size of this bolt and then put that through, and then it scissors through. So I'm probably going to try that. Might be a little tough to get this in that hole. Might be a two-person job, but we'll see. So we got this tool. So what we do is we put it through the hole. Like that, and then we scissor cut that thing through. Bingo, just like that. And then this should go right in that hole. And that was loud. Next time I'm wearing earplugs. Just like that. Bitchin'. That is awesome. So we just got to do 3 more. That didn't take long at all. Okay, so there you go. We got 4 holes through that. We can run hoses through. Get them right in here to the air conditioning system. And we should be good to go. Nice. That wasn't that bad. Drilled through pretty easy, and using that scissor cutter, that hole cutter just slices right through the metal like it's butter. Okay, heater lines in. Nice, man. Routed, and I still managed to keep my floor vent, which I really wanted to do. Whew. Now we come over to this side. We can see, maybe we can see where everything comes through. And this is going to get this plate. So this will get this plate right here with grommets, and those hoses will come through that. Whoo! That was a lot of work, but it's worth it. Be able to keep that fresh air vent. So you can see now with the factory kick panel in place that the hoses are above that. So totally undisturbed. And I will have my floor vent, which is pretty cool. Yep, I like that a lot. Just working on some oddball jobs. Since I got the wheel well out of the car, I went ahead and replaced some of these staples that hold this tar piece in place. Keeps all the mud and crap out of the engine compartment. Goes around the front suspension. It's been loose. Some of the holes tore through. So I figured I'd work on that while I was out of the car. Got it all cleaned up. Ready to go back in. On to the next job. Okay, just connected the heater controls. Probably not using this. Definitely not using this, but this has got to go back in the dash. I didn't know the thing was supposed to have a light bulb in it. Gonna do that. All right, we are working feverishly on this kit. Just got these water line hoses attached. So that way the water hose that goes to the engine for the heater connects there. Had to go get some O-ring lube, which is always nice to walk into a store and say, hey, yeah, I need some lube for my O-ring. Kit was supposed to come with some, but it did not, but that's okay. No big deal, $4. Okay, rear bracket on, screws in place, heater hose is on, front bracket on. I think this part is almost ready to go in the car. Really, all I need is the AC line, so I'm going to see if I can get those things made, route them through the car, and then we'll be buttoning up this and back onto wiring. Okay, next thing on my list is to get this new defroster ducting up underneath the dash after cutting out the other one. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Let's see how easy that is to do. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'm wondering if I need to seal that. It does say put some silicone on the screws so you don't have a leak. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, cool. Now we've got the brand new dash vent defroster in. That went in pretty good, and I sealed the holes that I made, cutting the other one out. So that's all installed. We're making headway on this AC. We still got a lot of wiring to do, but we're getting there. Damn it. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. In the next video, we're going to see if we can get this air conditioning unit under the dash, see if we can get some lines crimped up, and see if we can deal with all that leftover wiring that's still under the dash. Maybe there's a new route we can take for all that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.